Augie Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Joining me now is Augustana assistant wrestling coach Tom Meester. Tom, it's great to have you here on Augustana Sportscene to talk Augie wrestling and a little bit about your own personal wrestling that you're still involved with. Let's begin here with the Vikings. It's been a real interesting January. Started out a little disappointing down at the National Duels in Cedar Falls. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think we went down there thinking what we could do, and you know, it started out pretty well beating Fort Hays State, and they beat us pretty good last year. And we wrestled a great team effort, you know, top to bottom, and beat them pretty handily. And then the next round, being seeded 7th, we took on the number 2 team in the nation, Newberry College, and everything was going the way we thought it would. The only difference was Gavin Nelson was hurt in our opening round with Fort Hays State, so we weren't unable to wrestle him. And we ended up losing 18-15 with that being a huge difference in the match, probably a 6-point swing at least. So after we lost to them, we came back and wrestled San Francisco State and looked very good again. And it was a great team effort until the next day when the injuries really started lining up. And the next day, our 33-pound transfer, he wasn't able to make the weight. We were dinged up at 41. He competed yet. We were dinged up at 65. 97, Ty Copsey was hurt. I mean, it was just a tough second day. Kind of flying high and then crashing a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, wrestling is a tremendously physical sport, as everybody knows, this guy included, and you know, the injuries are a major factor. But the Vikings got back to practice, got healed up a little bit, and then, wow, what a weekend on the road a couple weeks ago. We went up to St. Cloud State, took them on, ranked in the top 10, knocked them off, and then went over to Mankato and knocked them off. Talk about that weekend.
Yeah, the St. Cloud State one, we had that on Friday night. I was more worried about the matchups because just by weight they matched up really well. And starting off at 25 all the way to 74, we didn't lose a match. You know, we won all the ones we were supposed to win, and then took a couple from them. And then at 84, we lost in a heartbreaker 2 weeks in a row to him. And then at heavyweight, we lost to a good kid. But those are both matches I still think we can win. So, you know, it was a great win, losing 2 matches to a top 10 team. And then Mankato, that was the first time we beat them since I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
And after they took 3rd at national duels, they had a big target on their back, and it was a heated duel. It got interesting, but it was a fun one too.
Super victories for the Vikings, and then back home here this last weekend, and took care of business again against Marion Northern.
Right, and we were talking earlier that after a big week like, you know, wrestling the 3rd team and the 10th team, you wrestle 2 teams that aren't necessarily not to that caliber, but they have the individuals, just not the team. So you're really worried about coming out there and being flat or not. And our guys did a good job of coming out there, being home, and wrestling hard every single match during the lineup. And we were both real nervous about that going in, but the guys did a good job of rising to the occasion a little bit.
Yeah, they did. And the Vikings have a number of nationally ranked wrestlers doing well. Talk about the guys that are doing the best, Tom.
You know, Al Meager's a guy who's not ranked. He's probably right below the top 12, but he's upset the number 3 kid in the nation, and he was this close to upset the number 2 kid. He just had a few losses here and there, but he's finally starting to really be consistent and come around, kind of the guy we thought we'd get from the get-go. At 41, Jay Shear's been ranked everywhere from 2nd to 8th. He's been bouncing around the middle there. That whole weight class, they're about 1 point apart. So on a good day, he might win it. You know, it's just one of those weight classes. 49, Nate Herta, a redshirt freshman. He's just been on fire lately. He's just been wrestling well. He's in tremendous shape where he can kind of go until that guy, you know, literally can't stand up anymore. And he's ranked 7th. Marcus Edgington, a 2nd-year kid, a sophomore. He's ranked 1st in the nation. He just beat the right kids, and he doesn't blow people out of the water by any means, but he rides them hard, and no one can take him down. And he's been doing a fabulous job of just progressing where we thought he'd be. Gavin Nelson, a guy who's been ranked 7th to not ranked, he's still undefeated. He's going through what he thinks is a little bit of a slump right now, but the thing is he's gone through that slump without losing. Sure. So he's still right there with everybody. 74, Carl Sirk, same thing, was 7th. Now not in the rankings, but he's right there with everybody. He's quick, probably the most talented kid in our room as far as what he can do with his body. And then Ty Copsey's ranked 2nd in the nation right now, and he's 2-time All-American already. He's kind of the guy we look to do big things without really having to worry about him. But he's still right there too. We need to get over the hump and beat that guy in front of us. So.
Well, quite a lineup, and the Vikings are young yet, and of course, pointing ahead here, we have some wrestling coming up this week. Dakota Wesleyan on to a tough one at Upper Iowa, up to Moorhead, and then the regional qualifier, which we always point to head for nationals. So Augie Wrestling's moving along good. Now, let's switch gears, Tom. Let's talk about Tom Meester. You are still wrestling away. Talk about your own career.
Yeah, I've been, once college was done, I had the opportunity to wrestle for Sunkist Kids Wrestling Club, and it's a big international club based out of Phoenix. And they pay for my travel expenses and help me get myself to the next level. And right now I'm sitting right around 5th on the Olympic ladder, which means I do get some funding from the USA Wrestling. And it's just kind of a roller coaster. You go from college where you're not used to ever losing, and it happens a little bit to me now. But I'm also getting over that hump where it's not happening as much. And I was down in New York a month and a half ago and beat a lot of good Americans, and then also beat a good Russian, and then lost to a really good Russian. Mm-hmm. So anytime I can get that international experience without actually having to travel overseas is big. But the main ones right now, I have the Northeast Regional in Brockport, New York coming up, and that's more or less just get some matches in, and then the U.S. Open in Cleveland. And there, if you place in the top 7, you're an All-American, but also you qualify for the next level, which would be World Team Trials. Right. So that's where I'm at right now. Right now it's kind of fun because I do enjoy the coaching part, and it's fun being with the guys, but when they're done wrestling, they do a really good job of helping me out when I'm here. Yep. So it's kind of I scratch your back, they scratch mine type thing. And it's helped me a lot the last couple years especially.
Well, Tom, you do a great job for us here with Jason in the wrestling program. It's super to see you still competing out there. Good luck to the Vikings. Good luck to Tom Meester.
Thanks, Bill.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.